Welcome into the complete JavaScript tutorial for beginners. In this video, we will talk about how we can get values from the users in our browser using some functions of JavaScript. So in our exercises, we need to get the value from the user to use functions, for example, and play with it and use condition. Okay, so the first thing, we have to use a built-in function. What I mean by built-in function is that functions that JavaScript provide us, like the console log that we saw so far, we give just a value here and we see the result in the console, okay, in the console of the browser. Now I will show you the way how we can get the value from our users in the browser using this function called prompt. Okay, we will talk later about functions, don't worry, but just we need to know these two functions, just these two functions. And I will show you another function, very simple, to practice exercises, because in the coming video we will do a calculator using JavaScript and using the conditions that we saw in the previous video. Okay, so don't worry if you confused a little bit with these two functions, but we will talk a little later about functions. Now let's practice that. I have a variable called name, and this name equal to a function here, prompt give me your name. So I will show you what that does in the reality. So I will go to my VS Code here. Okay, I don't have anything here, just my text script, and I close it here. So I will create a var. So I will just increase the size of the characters. So var name equal to prompt, like that. And here I will put a message. So give me your name, like that, for example. Okay. And here, after, I will save, Control S or Command S in Mac, I will save, and I will go back to my browser. And here I will save. And now, when I refresh, I get this model, this block here, that say to me, give me your name, okay? So this is the way how we can get the values from a user, okay? So give me your name. If I type, for example, Joey, and I click OK, now I will open the console. I have the console here. I move it from the bottom to here, just to be a little bit clear. Okay, and here I will type the variable that we just entered, name, and I have Joey. Okay, I will refresh. Now I will not give Joey, for example, I will give Messi, for example. And here I will click OK. Here I will type name, and I have Messi. Okay, so now we don't work in our VS Code. We can get the values from the input from the user. Okay, so I will go back to my VS Code. I will create another variable. For example, I will type var age. Okay, and here I will type prompt. I want another value, give me your age. And here I will console log. I will just type console log age, and I will save, and I will go back. I will go back to my browser, and here I will refresh from here. Now give me your name. I will type Joey. Okay, and I have here another model because we execute the function twice. Give me your age, and I will type 20. Okay, I will type here what is the value name. So I have 20 already here. Why? Because so I will go back, because in my editor here I already gave console log age. I prompt the age. I will repeat. We use this function. We store whatever the user entered in the input in this variable. Now this variable equal to whatever the user entered. Okay, and here I will just display the age. So I will go back and show you just something here. When I type name, we have Joey. When I type age, I have 20, but I have 20 with this double cut. Okay, I don't want that. I want the 20 to be an integer. We will need it in the coming video. Okay, because we want to transform this to be a number. Why? I will show you. We can put a code here in the console. For example, I will put 2 plus 2. I have 4. 7 minus 4. I have 3. Okay, I can put a code here. I will create a var, for example, code equal to hello Javascript. I can create a variable here, and I can create code. I have hello Javascript. If I call this variable code, because I created in this line, I can call it here. Now I want to show you something. We have the variable age. Okay, I want the value age plus 2. I have I have 202. What's that? Age equal to 20. I don't want age plus 2 should be 22. Why? Because we have the variable here of type string. Okay, we talk about the types of variables just a little bit in the first video of variables, but you have to know so far just two types. In JavaScript, I talk about just string and numbers and integers. Now I have this 20, but I know inside it I have a integer. So how can I transform this value that is a string to an integer? I can use a built-in function in JavaScript. Don't worry, this is the last built-in function that we were gonna talk about before jumping into functions. Just we need that to practice some exercise in the coming video. Okay, so I have the age. I will just type it. I have this 20. This is a type string. Now I want the age to be not of type string. I will use a function called parse int. This function transform a variable that contain a string that contain number inside it, not a variable, for example, like Joey inside it that doesn't contain a number, but a variable that contain number inside it, like 20, to a integer. Now if I type age, now I just change the variable age by parse int age. I transform the age to integer. Okay, if you confuse it with that, I will create another variable. I will call it, for example, h1. Okay, h1 equal to parse int age. And now I have just 20. I don't have this 20 of type string. Now if I call h1 plus 2, I have 22. Okay, so I will repeat. We have a variable of type string. I transform it to a variable of type int. Okay, so in this video we discover two things: how we can get the value from a user, an input of the user. This value will be always a string. Here I get it using here is a type string, here of type string, but I can use a JavaScript function to transform it to an integer. So if you have any question, any problem, if you're confused in a part here, just ask me in the comments. I will be more than happy to help you. Just ask me. And the coming video we will make a calculator exercise. How the user will just enter two numbers and he will enter the operator and we will give him the result. Thank you and see you in the coming video.